By deciding to withdraw precipitously from Syria, President Trump made what is, on the substance, the right decision, but he did it in the worst possible way. He doesn't think the U.S. should be entangled in these wars in the Middle East. That's one of the few instincts which progressives in the United States can agree. It's not the wrong instinct. What is wrong is the way he goes about it, because if he doesn't have the military on board, if he doesn't have his own team on board, if he doesn't consult with them, that creates the risk of a disaster, whether it's in Syria or Afghanistan, a precipitous withdrawal without preparing the ground, without trying to extract some commitments from parties that may stand to gain. Turkey may stand to gain from the U.S. withdrawal. Let's try to see what we can get from Turkey in terms of commitment that it won't attack the Kurds. Also talking to our allies to make sure that the French, the Brits who've been present on the ground with us in northeast Syria not find themselves completely naked in the face of this and wake up again with us having left. So the real lesson to be learned is not so much that this was the wrong decision. The substance of the decision could be correct. The implementation could be disastrous. I think that's what we're facing now.
Our boys, our young women, our men, they're all coming back, and they're coming back now.
Other countries are now going to wonder, well, when we're told by senior U.S. officials that we're in this for the long haul, and then overnight we're told that the departure is going to occur virtually immediately, then what good is America's word? Initially, under President Obama, there were a few hundred, up to 500 U.S. troops. It grew to about 2,000, and those are the 2,000 that President Trump announced basically he decided in the midst of a phone call with the Turkish president that he would withdraw them. At this point, the main impact it's going to have is to expose these Kurds, whatever number they are, several thousand of them, military force, to possible attack by either Turkey or by the Syrian regime, neither one of whom has good relations with the Kurds. And so we built this relationship of trust with these Kurds, which were sort of the vanguard force that the U.S. was partnering with, and that had achieved success covering about 30% of Syrian territory, and are now going to risk being left to their own devices. That's the major risk. Once they hear that Americans are withdrawing their troops, they're withdrawing that protection, and without any preparation, without any guarantees that you're not going to see Turkish troops invade or Syrian regime troops invade, those humanitarian groups all are going to leave. And what's going to happen to the mother, the father, the child, the elderly person who is counting on this help, who suffered not just from ISIS, but from the airstrikes that the US and other countries undertook to defeat ISIS? What are they going to do tomorrow if the US forces leave without some guarantee?